Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Desktopia. This is a game that you can find on Steam for about 10 bucks or so. I've spent the last half an hour to an hour playing this game, and truth be told, it feels like a fancy idle game. Whether or not that's worth your 10 bucks, So, what is this game all about? Well, whenever you boot up the game, you will be interacting with a bar along the bottom of the screen, okay? And you've got a character that you can move back and forth with WASD. So there is an element of control to this if you so choose to. What is weird, however, is that the rest of the game is managed via windows that you can pop out and drag around your desktop. So rather than the game being contained to one window, the game will launch several windows depending on what you want open at that point in time. For example, I can hit the build button on the bottom left, and that'll close that, and then I can reopen it. So you can only have, if you want, the bottom bar, but if you want to build something, for example, you have to hit the build button and a separate window will pop up that you can drag around. It's very odd. I don't know if I really like that or not. As far as difficulties and stuff are concerned, if you click on the help button, which I've already done, but if I click on it, it'll open up this window here. And there's idle, easier, easy, standard, hard, harder, and hardest. Even on easier, I'm finding like my guys will die from various things, and there's very little I can do about it as far as I can tell. Certain buildings will combat certain situations. The way this game is that you start off with nothing, and like in a typical idle game, you're going to be using the gold that you earn passively or actively by cutting down berry bushes. I'll see if I can find some while I'm talking. And then you open up your build menu, and then you buy tier 1 buildings. And there are limitations to some of these things. Here's a berry bush here. Now your villagers will also cut down these berry bushes if they happen to be nearby. But the first thing you do is you put down this foundation, which is 100 gold, and you need to, again, cut down these berry bushes in order to make that happen. Once you put that sign down, then people start moving in, and then they will start auto-doing stuff like cutting down berry bushes and the like, and then you build things like taverns and trade posts, chicken coop, barracks. Most of these things will satisfy needs, so there is a serfs window that you can open. And this serfs window is essentially just, okay, here's the name of the person, here's hunger, belief, luxury, fun, safety, and civil, happiness, and you can see their current health. If you click on a person, the camera on the bottom will zoom right to where they are right now. To bring your camera focus back to your guy, there's a focus button on the bottom right that you can click on, and my camera is now back to this person. And that is going to be the gameplay loop for quite a while. Wait for gold, or actively seek it out by cutting down these berry bushes, and then putting down various structures, which will then make your people happy, which will make them want to work and make them do different things. There's a lot of other like back-end stuff that I try to figure out. Most of it I did figure out. For example, like if one of your villagers die, they will respawn automatically. However, they will cost you gold in order for that to happen. Fire was another thing. There was a fire raging in my town, but I didn't know how to put it out. All I have is left click for hammer and right click for what I thought was magic. Here it's a water gun that puts out fires. So quick tip, if you do not have the fire marshal yet, which is a tier 2 building, right click is your water gun. Did not know that. Yeah, so the game has no, like, tooltips. So if I hover over a particular building, it'll say, like, trade post. The trade post brings infrastructure and wealth. Fine, but how much does that contribute toward a bar? You know what I mean? Like, you know, how much hunger will all of my people get if I build this building? It doesn't tell you. It just says what it provides. It doesn't say how much it provides. So I would love to see, you know, more information in game to help you with these decisions. But anyway, getting back to what I was talking about. again, the gameplay loop, build stuff, wait a while, build stuff, people will move in, and you satisfy their beliefs by constructing various buildings. You also have something, in addition to gold, there's gratitude. If people are happy with you, they will drop gratitude, and you have to go and pick it up by just swinging your axe on it or hitting a mouse click on it. And this is like a special currency that you can spend to do a couple of things. There is a festival button, and if your people are deficient in a particular happiness satisfaction bar, like safety, for example, I could click on, some sort of, I guess, the victory one. Victory doesn't really coincide with safety, I don't think. When I think safety, I think like, fire, police, that kind of thing, but maybe safety does mean, I don't know. Anyway, so I'm guessing the colors match here. So if I were to click on Victory Festival, I'm assuming that all of my safety bars would go up to max. So I can spend gratitude in order to temporarily raise these bars starting the next morning. Another thing I can spend this gratitude on is on the bottom left, there's 4 buttons: Warcry, Pep Talk, Pied Pipe, and Call Wisp. Again, no tooltips that tell you what they do, and my dog is attacking these berry bushes, that's fine. But if I click on Help... Okay, dog. Also, by the way, settings somewhere. It's very... Yeah, this is it. It's all it was is, let me pull a damn Windows. This is a pain in the butt, like multiple windows. Anyway, music FX and sound effects, just toggle. That's it. That's it. There's no, you can resize Windows, so graphic settings really aren't needed, but still, like, this is all there is in terms of a settings menu. Save, load, exit, music, and sound effects toggle. That's it. Nothing too fancy there. Getting back to the whole gratitude thing. Again, 4 things on the bottom left that you could toggle. There it is, interaction. And only 3 of the 4 are listed. So I'm like, well, what's this wisp then? I can't find it anywhere. The only mention I could find was under the hints section. And then to gain early gold extra on, use some of your free gratitude to drop wisps near bush groves, which your village hasn't reached yet. So, okay, I'm gonna guess that wisps just auto-collect stuff, but I haven't tried it. Another thing, you can only build 4 berry collectors across the whole game. I'm looking at my build menus, and I do not see any berry collectors. There's a wine press, and it says here, only 4 can be built over all villages. So I'm going to assume that it used to be called berry collectors and now it's a wine press. Again, these are very confusing things to a new player. If you're going to update the game in one area, you better update your tutorials in another area so people understand what the heck you're talking about. I do not see berry collectors anywhere in this build menu. So, do I recommend this game overall? Like, yeah, I mean, it's okay, but I've played free-to-play idle games that do much the same thing that this game is doing with less the frustration. Do I want to keep playing it? Yeah. You eventually go from left to right. You build from left to right, and eventually there's a boss that you have to beat. I have not beaten the boss yet. I've been playing for about an hour, half an hour or so. But he's right there. He's got his own health bar and everything else. I can go around and there he goes. He's the Dark Priestess. And then these guys are just kind of sit here, I guess. I don't know when they attack. Okay, some of them are attacking, but they're not going all in, which is kind of strange. Are you guys gonna do anything? Okay, there you go. But this is usually bad because that results in a lot of respawn money that I've got to spend. Well, maybe? We'll see. Well, he's at half. Okay, so maybe we'll beat this boss right now. I don't know. You can see the log on the left. Again, that's a pop-out log that you can hit on the bottom left. I don't want to click on that and reveal the rest of my desktop icons. So, okay, no, I don't have enough to beat him right now. I don't know what this little thing is down here. I can't seem to interact with it. Your health bar is above the boss bar there, indicated by the hearts. You do respawn health over time. You earn gold passively via the berry bushes. Also, when villagers buy things around your village, you'll see Denzel the noble is patronizing the hunter's cabin. The town has taken 20 gold in taxes. So anytime villagers wander around and interact with various things, you'll get some money that way. Speaking of which, I've got a lot of money now. Let's go with I don't know, the inn. I've already got one of those. The number on the upper left of the icon, or of the, I guess the icon, the button, is how many of that building you have. And your limit, it says 45 out of 56 buildings right now, which is kind of weird. Yeah, I wish there were more building slots. It would have been cool to build a lot of each. I have to wonder, however, it says unlocks at level 2, tier 4, unlocks at level 3, unlocks at level 4, 5, and 6. And I was reading in the help menu that level 2 plus, it just says, so you've made it a little further along the road. Okay, fine. What does that mean? Does that mean when I beat the boss? Like, let's be a little bit more specific here. Give me more information. Say, when you've beaten the boss, it's fluffier to say, so you've made it a further along the road. Fine. How do you get to the next level? You know what I mean? Tell me that. Tell me how to do it. Anyway. There's just a lot about this game that is very frustrating. It's interesting. It's a cool idea, but I really don't know if I like the idea of multiple windows that I get to pop out, pop in. I would rather just have one large window, or, maybe, just a 1920 by 1080 window, and then I can put my movie off to the side, like I do every other game that I ever play. You know what I mean? So it's a weird design that some people are going to like, some people are not going to like. And this is a $10 game on top of it. And again, the number of idle games out there, like Soda Dungeon, for example, that game will give you several hours of playtime, 50 plus maybe even, of playtime, just like this one could, potentially. It's just, do you want to spend $10 for a slightly different kind of idle game? Or do you just want to download one of the thousands of others? There's a fire. I guess we'll try our water gun. So I have to right-click, spam? Okay. I can't hold in the right-click, I have to spam it. Oh, there's my fire marshal. Okay. Alright. Anyway. As I was trying to say, it's just, I don't know. I'm leaning toward no. I think $10 is a bit much for a game like this, especially when there are so many idle games on the market that do much the same thing, but, I mean, when I say the same thing, I mean the gameplay is the same. You're waiting for resources to upgrade or build something, and then it snowballs, and then you buy more of it, and then it snowballs even more. Yes, this game is different in the sense that, it's got multiple windows that you can drag around. Okay, it's different in that regard, but it's still, at its heart, a semi-interactive idle game. Whether you think that's worth $10 is completely up to you. I personally would not have bought this for $10. I would have waited for, 75% sale, but then again, I'm a stingy person, so... You do you. I'm just saying, like, if there were only 5 or 6 idle games on the market, I'd be more inclined to spend $10 on this, but there are just so many. You've really got to stand out in some fashion. And this game somewhat does that, but there's still that grind. I mean, I'm still watching Hulu or Netflix while I'm playing this. In fact, that's what I did while waiting for my gold to roll in. I'll be curious to see what other things I'll be able to unlock. Apparently, there's like a Robo City. It goes from medieval to Robo City across 7 tiers. That's interesting. I am interested in seeing my village develop that way. But would I spend $10 to see that happen? Probably not. But again, this is a decision that you guys are going to have to make. If you guys haven't already, subscribed to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I happen to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Take care.